or they can run but they can't hide. At some point, voters will get to give their verdict on Keir Starmer's Labour government and indeed the Labour Party's programme. We've seen in terms of their budget already an absolute economic catastrophe. Absolutely hammering businesses. And so no surprise then that you've seen a major rise in support for reform and a huge message being sent by the public already. Now, before I get to that, fair to say the usual bedwetters absolutely getting their knickers in a twist over this big meeting. Nigel Farage, Reform Treasurer, Nick Candy and Elon Musk. Now, you'll note that the people whinging and complaining about this had very little to say, if anything, when it came to, for instance, George Soros and an anti-Brexit campaign, huge amounts of money. They had absolutely nothing to say about any of that. But as soon as Elon Musk's involved, suddenly then they have an absolute meltdown. But look, in terms of where the public are, I think it's really important to note how quickly the momentum is shifting against Labour in a very major way. Already now you've got Keir Starmer's popularity, his personal popularity, the rating of his performance as Prime Minister collapsing. And this is why many in Labour are so worried about reform already. On the current polling averages, the Home Secretary Yvette Cooper would lose her seat to reform. On the current polling averages, Angela Rayner would lose her seat to reform. And just look at this. I think this really does tell its own story. Since the general election, if you look at the December poll average, the Stats for Lefties has compiled there, you see here, Labour down 9 from the general election. But there's no doubt about it here. The biggest shift has been Labour down and Reform up. And already, on some of the forecasts, Reform going from just 5 seats, a whole lot more than that. So that is a powerful early message being sent, not long after really the general election, still in 2024. That is why so many in Labour, the Conservatives as well, absolutely terrified about voters switching to Reform UK. Please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. And of course, as ever, guys, cheers for watching.